guys, Abby here. So today is a little bit different. So today we're doing a hotel review from the hotel that me and Luke stayed in Mallorca. The reason I'm doing this review is when we were looking for reviews, we couldn't find any. And it started getting us a little bit worried about the hotel because we've seen some reviews from a few years ago that weren't so positive, and we started to panic because we paid a lot of money to go to this hotel. Firstly, the name of the hotel we stayed at was Globales Don Pedro in Cala San Vicente. It is up the top of Mallorca. It's like in its own little corner of the island. It is absolutely beautiful. The sea was stunning and the hotel is in a really good part. It's like in between two beaches, which is really nice. My overall opinion is the staff really made this hotel. They were probably the best part of it. They were always so bubbly and positive and really kind. They were also always really up for helping you speak Spanish. However, in Mallorca they speak Mallorquin, which is something I maybe should have looked up before I went, because I was really confused at why nobody was understanding. Well, they did understand my Spanish, but a lot of things are different. Just little things like in Spanish it's jugo de naranja, whereas in Mallorquin they'd say zumo de naranja, which is like minor differences, but I felt bad that I went there so confidently and was incorrect. So just so you know that Mallorquin is slightly different than Spanish. They will understand Spanish, and some of the staff are from like mainland Spain. The entertainment guy, Adrian, was from mainland Spain, so he spoke Spanish. Overall, the hotel was pretty clean. The only issues I had was maybe in the room, the bathroom needs spruced up a little. Like just little things like that time causes, like the silver on the shower had kind of like peeled off and it's that kind of blue colour underneath. Just maybe fix that, because we were a wee bit worried. We were like, is it clean? Not sure. But the room itself was clean. The cleaners done an amazing job. The towels were clean, the sheets were clean. There was nothing under the bed. Underneath the bed was quite clean. The balcony was clean. It was clean. Another thing that was a maybe on cleanliness wise was, I think they probably use big like dishwashers and just pack like everything in and hope for the best, because obviously it's an all-inclusive, so plates are being used all the time. They constantly need to clean them, same as cups. But there was quite a lot of time where like maybe glasses were still a wee bit not there, and sometimes like you pick up a plate and get like a big slodge of like yogurt on your finger. And the only reason this was such a big issue for me was because allergens. Like if something was on a plate, and like I know that my allergens, it doesn't matter if I touch it, as long as I don't consume it, I'm okay. But that's not necessarily the case with everyone's allergens. Other than that, hotel was perfect. Like I cannot fault it. It done exactly what we needed. So we went there with the hopes of sitting for 2 weeks, reading our book, going in the water, having a good old chill old time, and that's exactly what we got with this hotel. Only thing I would recommend is bring some games with you. So we had Uno, we went and bought a pack of cards. We did mean to bring cards, we just forgot them. But bring Uno, bring cards, bring activity type stuff like that, like maybe colouring in or something for the night time. The daytime entertainment is absolutely great. There's board basket, there's darts, there's ping pong, there's pool. There's this game and I don't know what it's called. I'll insert a clip because I just don't know what it's called, but it was absolutely fabulous and I loved it. But nighttime entertainment, so on a Monday and a Thursday they do a quiz, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing the quiz. It's a movies quiz. However, before every single day they do bingo, but the bingo is expensive. I don't know because I never asked how expensive it was, but I heard people saying, oh, I'm really sorry, we don't want to play because it's just too expensive. So maybe that's something to consider, taking some money for the bingo. Then on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, there is live entertainment. So live musicians come and sing. We had Sheila, she was a hoot and a half. We had Bruno Mars and Friends tribute. We had a drag queen one night. We had a few others. To be fair, I can't remember everyone. We didn't stay down for everyone. A lot of the time we did just go up to our room with some drinks and read on our balcony because it was absolutely beautiful. Just the noise of the sea like coming in, it was so relaxing. Nighttime entertainment probably is the only thing that you might not be interested in. I think the problem is it is all just live music. It's not like a mixture of like dancing and circus stuff. Like, it is just live music, and sometimes the problem with that is they sing the same songs. So we heard "Oh What a Night" 3 nights in a row from 3 different acts. So it's because everyone wants to sing the popular ones that get people up, but the problem is everyone was thinking the same vibes. So that was a bit annoying, but nothing against the acts, they were great. Do you know what I mean? They're good at what they do. Something I would also recommend is if you want to go on excursions, I would wait till you're at the hotel and book the excursions through your hotel. So we booked the holiday through TUI, and now this has nothing to do with the hotel, it's not the hotel's fault, but the TUI rep that was at our hotel told us, oh, don't get too excited for your excursions because half the time they cancel you last minute because they can't be bothered coming all the way up here to pick you up. Now that really grinded my gears because we've paid the money. Yeah, we got a refund, but that's not the point. We didn't get the experience. We've paid the money. You shouldn't let us book if we can't go. So just wait till you're at the hotel, because I know that the hotel organises their own excursions and they have transfers that take you there, but they're only on certain days. So just keep that in mind. So maybe wait till you're there to book, because I actually trust the hotel. I think they were great and the staff are great, and I don't think they would steer you wrong. And the price, you're probably cheaper booking through them because you're booking in euros rather than pounds. So we would have been cheaper booking through them, and we would have actually got to go on our excursion. The hotel room. So we don't have any footage of the hotel room. It totally slipped my mind. I think we're a bit traumatized after our travel day of getting videos of the room after that caused us that whole calamity. If you've not seen it yet, go watch our travel day video and you'll know what I'm talking about. The room was lovely. It was what it was. It was the room. We ended up in quite a small room, but there are bigger rooms. Like, we've seen them when we were walking past. Cannot complain though about our room. We would take that room over and over again if it meant getting the sea view. So not every room has a sea view. There are some rooms that have a pool view. So we were really grateful and really lucky to get a sea view. The view from our balcony was perfection. Like, the day after the travel day, we woke up and we couldn't even be annoyed anymore because that view was everything. But yeah, so the room just fit exactly what you need from a room. We had the double bed. The only problem with the bed, and I found out that it's the same in a lot of Spanish hotels, is it was 2 single mattresses pushed together. So sometimes you like fall through the crack. But I did hear on TikTok that you can request that they put a double sheet on. So maybe in future we'll think about that. But it didn't bother us too much. We're just sleeping in there. We had a shower, we had the sink, the toilet, just all the basic necessities of a room. And the bathroom was really small in our room, and the toilet was kind of like in the corner. So sometimes you'd like bang, like in the middle of the night, if you're going to the toilet, you bang off the sink because the sink kind of overlaid the toilet. But we were in the very corner room, and we can totally forgive that because the view we had. Like, we went on this holiday because of that. Like, we saw the pictures of the sea and that sold us. Like, the hotel didn't sell us, that view sold us. So we can't complain about the tiny bathroom because we got a great view. Hotel, gym and amenities, I suppose. So the gym was just your basic hotel gym. It's just exactly what you expect. It's got cable, what are they called? Cable pools? Unsure. Look, it's going to be so disappointing me. A cable rack. Is that what it's called? Oh no. Something to do with cables. You can do like biceps, triceps, donkey kicks if you brought your ankle straps. Anyway, it's got one of those, which is great. There's machines, and they're good for pull-ups as well, because it's got the pull-up bar. Then it also had a few kettlebells, a few dumbbells. Pretty sure there was a medicine ball. Don't quote me on that, because I actually can't remember now. It's been a while since I've been there. They had mats for like yoga. They had spin bike. They had 2 treadmills. They also had the ping pong, which was cool. We actually got a lot of exercise in doing ping pong because we spent like a good chunk of our last day playing ping pong, which was a lot of fun, which is good for the cardio, I suppose. It had a bench, like one of the benches that you can put flat or you can set up to do like dumbbell press, overhead press, that sort of thing. It had like bars that you could put weights on. You couldn't really put heavy weights on, but you're on your holiday. Are you actually doing your proper routine? Probably not. Then they obviously had the pool table. So the pool table was €2 per go. However, the entertainment guy has a key, so he could let you use it for free. We did want to pay for it one day because we knew that he's not in on Sundays, and we wanted to play. And then the machine ate our money and we had to go get our money back off the reception. So we just waited until he was there to let us use it. And probably one of our favourite memories is actually just playing pool. It was so good. It was so much fun. It's just your usual pool table. So that's not really a hotel thing. That's just like an us thing, I suppose. But they had it. They've also got the 2 pools. So they have the main pool, which was nice. They've got like sun beds in the pool, which was cool. It was always clean. The area around the pool was always kept clean, which is really nice. They have the pool bar at this pool, which was great. You could get snacks there as well, but I'll get into that when we get into food and drink. Then they had the solarium, which was a wee smaller pool that was up on the 4th floor, which was absolutely lovely. I think that was actually my favourite pool, because it was a lot quieter, obviously, and you could just like look out into the sea and read your book. It was just such a vibe. It was so nice. The only problem with that is like obviously a lot of people wanted to like fight to get like the sun loungers at the solarium. We weren't too bothered because we had our own wee bit at the top. So talking of sun loungers, Hunters, they've got loads of sun loungers. If you wanna lie and get tan, there's loads. So there's obviously some at the pool, there's some up at the solarium, and then the roof. So on the roof, which is where we always went, no one seemed to go up there except us. We had the most amazing view from the roof. I actually think the rooftop was probably the best view and just no one took advantage of it. So I'm glad, because I didn't want to fight anyone for the best spot. But they had good view up there. And then down on the very bottom floor, floor 0, in front of the sea, they had hundreds of sun loungers there as well. They had a mixture of just like your normal sun loungers. They had like this big circular couch thing. And they also had some double like couch type bed things. It was so good. I think that they knew what they needed and they absolutely smashed out on the park on sun loungers. Lastly, I want to talk about food. So I think the food was great. So we saw a lot of reviews that the food was bland, the food was boring. I don't agree with that. So it obviously is all inclusive, so it's a big buffet. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know what to expect when you go to an all-inclusive. Like, at least I do anyway, growing up, going to loads of all-inclusives as a kid. So each night they had a different like main vibe. So they would have an Asian night, they had an Italian night, they had a American night, they had a Mexican night. They would have like a main night, and the main foods would be about that. So on Asian night they had the most stunning sushi set up. They had gyoza, they had all things Asian that you can think of. They had this beautiful orange duck, like it was great. The only qualm that I had with the food was a lot of the time they cook the food on the bone, and there's so many times I was biting into it and I thought I was going to lose a tooth. That's my only critique, is that I wish that there was less bone. And I know that that's such a small thing in comparison to everything, like they probably don't have time to take off the bone, but for me personally, like if it looks like it's off the bone, I don't think it's going to be on the bone. And then when I bite in, it is bone. That was the thing with the fish as well. The fish was really bony as well, but that's how it is. Do you know what I mean? The desserts were great. They had ice cream pretty much every lunch, every dinner. And I love that you could just DIY your own toppings. My favourite desserts for night was actually like, they would just have like a chocolate fountain, and they'd have like loads of fruit, like some profiteroles, some cake pops, and you would just like, I overindulged, I tell you. I absolutely adored it. Breakfast, I loved going up for my breakfast. I loved going up and talking to the guy about anything in Spanish. The omelets were fabulous. However, the star of the show for breakfast, surprisingly to me, the donuts. I've never had a better donut in my life. There was one morning, literally my breakfast was like 5 donuts. They were so good, they were so fluffy. I just kind of wish they had the donuts out more, because they only had the donuts out like 3 times the whole time we were there. So I kind of wish that they had that out more, because that was one of their best features, was the donuts. Overall, the food was fabulous. Like I could show you pictures of my food for days, because I sent my nana so many pictures of my food. I had the most fabulous time. I put on so much weight on my holiday because all I did was eat. Issues though on the food, we'll get into the issues. If you've got an allergen, I don't know if this is the place for you, because I really struggled to tell what allergens were and what. They do have these sign things, and the sign things do say what allergens are in it, but not everything had a sign, and not every sign was correct. Like it was wrong sometimes. So like there was this one day we thought it was pumpkin soup because it said pumpkin soup, but it was actually carrot and coriander. And now I'm lucky I have the medication so I can eat stuff, but it's just disappointing because like there's some days I don't want to have to take my medication and I want to take just like non-dairy stuff, but I felt like I had to take my medication at every single meal because I was scared that something was contaminated and I just didn't know about it. So that's my only critique on the food. And I suppose my only critique about the hotel in general and what makes it a 4-star rather than a 5-star is allergens, because allergens is such a big thing for me as somebody with an allergy. And obviously recently there's been a lot of trouble with allergens and people getting worse reactions than they've ever had in their lives and getting into anaphylactic shock, etc. Not to be morbid about it, but a lot more people are having worse reactions with their allergens. So I just think that's an important thing that they need to take on, is they need to be making sure everything is labelled, and they need to make sure that everything is labelled correctly, because that could be dangerous. Other than that, the food was bloody fantastic. I just wish they had more allergen friendly snacks. So the only snacks that I could get off the snack bar was onion rings or a vegetarian sandwich. Now, I'm not a vegetarian. I don't know what a vegetarian sandwich entails. I didn't ask, to be fair, because they did burgers and they did hot dogs, but they said that had dairy, but I don't know if that means the bun had dairy or if it had cheese on it, which then made it dairy. I didn't know if I could like take things in and out, and I didn't really want to ask about it because a lot of the time a lot of the staff don't speak English, so our accents are so strong, so I think they don't understand our accent, so it was already difficult to communicate. So a lot of the time we were just ordering drinks in Spanish because it was easier. So we just went to the shop nearby and bought a lot of snacks, because we could read the labels of the snacks on the back to make sure they were dairy free. Other than the allergens, the food was absolutely fantastic. The chefs are amazing. And that was something as well. The one excursion we did get to go on, the night before we asked, so you have to ask around before like 8 p.m. You have to ask the hotel, hi, I've got an excursion earlier tomorrow because breakfast doesn't start till 8, and my bus is leaving before the breakfast. Can I get a cold breakfast? And before 7 o'clock they'll book you in, like the next day your time slot will be before 7 a.m. and they'll make you up a wee plate of a cold breakfast. So like we got muffins, we got bread, cheese, ham, that sort of thing. It was absolutely lovely, and you could use the coffee machine and the juice machine and stuff like that, which was really nice. So for drinks, obviously not everyone in the hotel was all inclusive. Some was all inclusive, some were not. So they had like a separate list of like all inclusive drinks, not pay drinks. That's totally fine, I totally understand that. However, a lot of the drinks on, like the cocktail drinks that were on the menu for all inclusive were the same thing. So like a vodka sunrise, a tequila sunrise, like they're the same drink, just a different alcohol, but they taste the exact same. So I kind of wish they had like a mixture. Like they did have a margarita, they did have another one that I can't pronounce, and they did have Blue Lagoons, but it was just not a vibe. But we did manage to work it out that we could just kind of make our own cocktails. So when we went to Greece, we loved a cocktail called a Pink Lady, which is gin, grenadine and lemonade. So when we went up to the bar, we just said, hi, can I have gin, grenadine and lemonade? And they were like, yeah, no bother. So they can be a bit more flexible. You can ask for syrups, you can ask for the different spirits that they allow. Another day we had rum and pineapple juice, which was absolutely stunning. So we just kind of like played about with it and made our own, but we do kind of wish there was a couple different cocktails that were pre-made just so that we could ask for them rather than have to like request all these different things. Overall, if you're someone who is looking for a getaway, you just want to relax, you want to read your books, you want to sit by the pool, you want to just have a chat with your partner or your family or whoever you're with, adult only experience, go swimming in the sea, go swimming in the pool, that kind of chill thing where like there's not really hustle and bustle outside, you're not going shopping, you're not going out, you're just having a vibe. This is a holiday for you. I felt so relaxed when I came home. I felt absolutely amazing. I would go back here. I would absolutely go back here. I thought it was great. I highly recommend it. It is a 4-star hotel for me. I've told you all my icks, but maybe they can fix these and then it can become a 5-star. It was such an amazing experience. I know that me and Luke loved it. It's definitely up there. And it had a high standard to reach because our hotel in Kos was phenomenal. But this was phenomenal too in its own way. And I would go back here. Like, I would love to go back here. It was just so brilliant. And if I go back, I would want the exact same staff. I loved them all. I thought they were great. But yeah, I think that you guys would love it too. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up down below because it really helps the channel. Comment down below, have you been to this hotel? Do you like this hotel? Are you going to this hotel? Are you here because you want to find out more? And make sure that you subscribe and become part of the Bookish and Lifestyle family. Pop the notification bell on so you don't miss a single video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.